Sarah Barnes.
Sarah is my niece. She's going to do two pieces. One that Al Robles wrote for her grandmother, her son, Padre Button. But anyway,
So by now it's
at the I Hotel coming home ceremony, at the 25th anniversary, heard Sarah. She was 8 years old at that time. Performed her first poem. Al Robles told her that she was a poet and she should never stop writing, and she never did. My niece, Sarah Panley Button.
Everyone. It's an honor to be here for 10 years or so later than my first introduction to the I Hotel, where I was with my grandmother, and this is a poem that Al Robles wrote for her on the back of the envelope at her 80th birthday. The I Hotel remembers you. Manila town remembers you. In the eyes of the Manongs and Manams, in the heart of the I Hotel tenants, in the heart of the community, in the heart of Mabuhay, in the heart of Carabaos, in tribal memories and dreams of long ago and far away, Manam, you are still here. You circled the I Hotel with your love, with your spirit rising up like the Manongs, protecting the Manila town life, guarding the old ways, the songs, Bali. We're coming back home to Manila town. After all these years, we're coming back home together. And we'll see your face and hear and love holding up and embracing the hotel again. Filling Manila town with your presence, with your spirit, with your love. The children will read poems and sing and dance and bring down all the stars in your hands. We come now, today, to celebrate your love, your struggle, your spirit. So, I did my first poem when I was 8, and Al Robles told me I was a poet. And I heard his poem about my grandmother, and my grandmother who passed this last September in the Philippines, in our home. She was the matriarch of my family. She passed down many traits into my matriarchal line. Those traits of love, strength, belief in an incomparable spirit, and belief in family, extended and nuclear. And so this poem I wrote about my family. I'm not even looking at you, and you're not even here. I say as I get a spoonful of instant karma, spoon-fed through the dents made in ink on a page by a man whose chest I dented with small hands that didn't know their strength. And he said, I trust you've been well. Wandering spirits tend to enjoy themselves. And at that moment, the earth's crust shifts beneath my feet, shifts like the scabs on my hypothalamus left from the last time I fell in love, shifts like the scabs on my knees when I picked them off and eat them when I was a kid. Did I ever tell you that I did that? And I was always barefoot. I guess I just wanted to feel like when I stepped on a rock's neck, wantonly walking towards being a woman, I made sure that the rock hurt me back. And speaking of wondering, wandering, and why not, for me, it goes something like, Eleanor Rigby puts on a face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Because I know that I belong in a bucket seat, 7 years old, next to my daddy, Lennon, blaring over the radio, a cigarette in his hand that burns down at the same time he burns down his life with it. And sometimes when I'm drunk, smoking the same cigarettes that killed my father, I think he must be up there, turning a deaf eye and a blind ear, but I only have the courage to say this because I'm not even looking at you, and you're not even here. And if you were, I wouldn't say a word of this. I construct a misconstrued metaphor meandering towards the point that I don't know who I am any more than you do. I sure as hell wouldn't say that I don't speak my mother's language because I'm too afraid to try, that I hate to write poetry because I'm terrified to lie, that I lost the love of my life the day my daddy died, that I keep a bottle of perfume perfection next to a suitcase of rain, just so when the aroma of the pretty lies that liquefy my pretty ethnic eyes fades, I can swallow the bottle and wash away the trace with rain. And I'll just say that it's one of those times where I feel like a gladiator, alone in a coliseum, that looks down and sees my face reflected in a blade pointed towards myself and knows that there is no glory in bleeding to death on stage unless all of Athens is watching. So today, I lay down my sharp-edged blade and stand here bleeding for no one, because I'm not even looking at you, and you're not even here.
Is Supervisors Mar and Olahi in the building?